In 1961, Elvis Presley, one of the greatest musical phenomena to ever grace a stage, gave what would become his last live performances for the next 7 years. There were 3 performances, one in Hawaii and 2 in Memphis. For an artist so closely associated with the stage, whose live performances shocked audiences and catapulted him to stardom, such a long hiatus seems almost unimaginable. But ahead of Elvis lay a long-term contract with Hollywood studios, born from his ambition to become a film actor. His dream of being taken seriously on the silver screen, however, would never fully materialize. Yet on that cold February day in 1961, Elvis fulfilled the dreams of thousands of fans by performing twice in Memphis, the city he had called home since 1948. These would be his first live performances since 1957, not counting the 1960 TV special with Frank Sinatra. The shows were meticulously planned by Colonel Tom Parker, who turned the event into a charity effort in collaboration with Memphis Mayor Henry Loeb. Negotiations had begun a year earlier, and in December 1960, Parker presented the idea to the mayor, a single benefit performance followed by a formal luncheon with Memphis's elite, priced at $100 per seat. Elvis would be the guest of honor, but notably was required to buy his own ticket, a detail Parker made sure to publicize in the press. Everything for the event had to be donated, from the food served at the luncheon to the snacks sold at the venue. All proceeds were to be given to charities in Memphis and to the youth center in Tupelo. Ticket sales began in December. Show prices were set at $3 and $5. Fans could either purchase them in person at the Goldsmiths department store box office or send money orders to the Memphis Charity Show, including a self-addressed stamped envelope. Elvis returned to Memphis on January 30th, 1961, flying in from Hollywood after completing the filming of Wild in the Country, one of the dramatic roles he so longed to play. When his plane landed at Memphis Airport, his father Vernon was there to greet him, along with the press ready to capture the moment. The next day, the Memphis Press Scimitar featured a photo of father and son on a chilly morning. On February 7, the Goldsmiths department store opened its ticket booth for sales. Within 4 hours, the store posted a sign on its doors, "Sold out." The overwhelming demand led to a second show being scheduled for the same day at 3 p.m. with open seating. Elvis began rehearsals on February 24th at Graceland, simply singing and playing a few songs with the Jordanaires and his band. The next day, Elvis left Graceland under police escort to attend the charity luncheon held at the Claridge Hotel. Around 500 young fans were gathered outside, including visitors from Ohio, New York, and Alabama. At the elegant luncheon, Elvis listened to tributes, received awards for the success of It's Now or Never and Surrender, and gave a short thank you speech. The mayor of Memphis officially proclaimed February 25th as Elvis Presley Day. The next event was a press conference in the Empire Room of the Claridge Hotel. The superficial tone of many questions revealed a fascination with Elvis's love life, lifestyle, and even his eating habits.
You for the first question, but everybody wants to know, how is your love life?
Well, it hasn't progressed any. It's about like it was. Nothing serious. I'll let you know if anything comes up. Couldn't hide it anyway.
Have your eating habits changed since you went into the army?
No, man,
You came back, you eat starches and fatty foods that you did before?
I still eat pretty much the same thing. Kind of got used to it. It's hard to change over now.
A few questions delved deeper into his career in film and music. Elvis answered all of them with his characteristic charm and humility.
You have a personal taste in music has changed from rock and roll to what we call more commercial band music. Do you think your own personal taste?
No, it hasn't changed. I've always liked all kinds of music. I mean, I don't just like rock and roll. I appreciate all types of music, really. But I have to do what I can do best, and so I do the rock stuff.
What type of role do you enjoy playing in the movie? Do you like the Western role or perhaps the dramatic role? Which type do you enjoy?
Well, I would like to play a dramatic role, but I don't, I'm not ready for that either, really. I haven't had enough experience in acting. And again, until I'm ready for it, it would be foolish to undertake something very dramatic, you know.
Personal appearances, movie or TV best?
Well, I like personal appearances best. Although I don't know about today because I haven't been on stage in a little over 3 years. And I've almost forgotten a lot of the words to the songs I used to do. And I haven't had much of a chance to rehearse with the band.
At exactly 3 p.m., Elvis Presley stepped onto the stage at Ellis Auditorium to deafening screams and whistles. Elvis, the rebellious hero of millions, was back in his natural habitat. On stage with him were familiar faces, Scotty Moore and DJ Fontana, supported by Brad Suggs on electric bass, Bob Alexius on upright bass, Floyd Kramer on piano, Boots Randolph on saxophone, Ronnie Capone on drums, and Larry Muhoberac with his orchestra, the Kingsmen. Opening with Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis ran through his classic 1950s hits like All Shook Up, Now and Then, There's a Fool Such as I, and Love Me, while also showcasing his newer repertoire. He performed Such a Night, Fever, and Reconsider Baby from the Elvis Is Back album, as well as recent chart toppers It's Now or Never, Surrender, and Are You Lonesome Tonight. He also sang Doin' the Best I Can from the blockbuster GI Blues. Elvis reigned supreme, and the next day the Commercial Appeal newspaper ran a piece praising the event's success, especially highlighting the fans' emotional reactions. One fan, 13-year-old Barbara Enzensperger, was so overwhelmed upon hearing It's Now or Never that she threw her head back and virtually swooned, accordingly to the reporter.
We sat, the auditorium has a U shape with the stage in the front, and we were straight back in the balcony right in front of where he was performing. And it was so much fun. I just can't even tell you how much fun it was. She sat on my left and the reporter was on my right. So they didn't talk, but they both tried to talk to me, and I would just say, "Leave me alone, let me just listen." The matinee performance was smaller, and although it seemed full to me, and the reason that the reporter remembered me was because when he started singing the song "It's Now or Never," I just grabbed my heart and fell back in the chair. And he called it a swoon, but it was my mother's favorite song, and what I was thinking was, oh, if only she could hear him do this. One thing he had a real talent for is he always sounded good. And the fact that he was pushed to do a matinee and an evening performance. I don't think there's anyone who has ever been pushed to perform as much as him. And he didn't seem to strain. He just did it. And he always sounded good and he looked good too.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. If I had all the time, you're just an old hound dog.
I do remember my aunt grabbing me, and she was just shaking me in just glee. She was so happy. And I think we were standing by then. Yes, he moved a lot. He did a lot of swiveling, and he knew how to get the audience to react. You know, he could just stop and look at you, and that would cause the screams. Um, he knew how to perform to his best advantage. Just the fun of watching him, and he seemed to be having fun. So we were having fun together, and I wasn't even aware of all of the other people. It's like we had a connection. So
Elvis would step on the stage of the Ellis Auditorium once more later that day for what would become his final live performance in Memphis. He would not perform there again for another 13 years. In March of that year, Elvis gave his final concert for the next 7 years, a benefit show in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Unknowingly, Elvis was saying goodbye to the stage. It was the end of an era.